Good morning. Good morning. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. God bless you. I just wanted to spend, I hope, no more than 6 minutes to just talk a little bit about today's readings. And I invite all to chime in the comment section and tell me your comments about the day, about how you're doing, and your thoughts about the readings today. So please do that. Let's make this a nice Christmas community. So our gospel is from the Gospel of John, and it says, "And the Word became flesh and dwelt among us." I ask myself, and I invite us all to ponder what in the world that might mean, and the Word became flesh and dwelt among us. If I were to put on my geek, I'd say that in Greek, the word was logos. The logos became flesh and dwelt among us. And so what does that mean? We see that expression logos hidden in some English words. In, for example, psychology, the study of the soul, the psyche. And also in anthropology, the study of humanity, anthropos. Also in eulogy, those good words spoken at a funeral. You get the idea. The logos that became flesh is God's message, God's mindset, God's teaching, God's wishes of love. So it might look like this. And the mindset of God, the love of God, the heart of God, the message of God took on human nature and body and dwelt right here on earth among us. And not for the first time, apparently. Paul's letter to the Hebrews tells us that God spoke in partial and various ways through the prophets, and so many of them. A few of the very many examples that are there are Abraham and Ruth and Samuel and Miriam and so many more. And I can only imagine all the people who never made it into the Bible, who were the voice and message and the mindset of God in partial and various, yet so meaningful ways for the people closest to them. All those people who made it into the Bible and those who didn't get there embodied the mindset and the message of God's love. Another one of those many prophets through whom God spoke in partial and various ways was Isaiah. And he spoke in today's first reading, and these are the words: "How beautiful upon the mountains are the feet of the one who brings glad tidings, announcing peace, bearing good news. For God comforts the people and redeems them." How beautiful indeed. And so we learn that one of the ways that we might learn to or aspire to be the mindset and message of God enfleshed is to bring glad tidings, peace, good news, comfort and mercy to a world that needs that so very, very much. May you and I and this community gathered in cyberspace join the many, many others who also wish to and act to be part of the word, the message, the mindset of God. And may we all break the grip of violence and war and make a way, clear a path for peace and healing to enter. Another one of those many prophets through whom God speaks in partial and various ways was the psalmist. And today's psalm envisions a wondrous world of kindness and justice and joy. May those, including ourselves, who speak a holy word of love, point the way to such a world. I ask us all, who are the people in your life who speak a good word, whose light and life and example and wisdom infuse your consciousness with God's mindset, God's message of unconditional, overflowing, abundant love? Who are those people? I invite us to take this one precious and holy and present moment to bring our awareness to those people and bring them into this space with us. Go ahead, do it right now. Who's popping into your mind? Who currently, or perhaps they've passed on, but they walked the walk. They spoke the word of love in the world. And while you're doing that, I invite you to understand, to know deeply that there are people for whom you are that word. May we all see and hear and feel and speak the message and mindset of holy love. May we be the Christ and see the Christ born anew each day. May we always remember that we are part of a legacy of holiness and pass it on. The Word became flesh and dwelt among us. So those are my thoughts about today's readings. There are so many ways to interpret them, and I invite you, if you would, to put in the chat your thoughts on this day. May you write the word that becomes flesh and dwells among us. God bless you. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.